If you're interested in joining a clinical trial, it's important you understand what the trial experience is like and the impact the process may have on your day-to-day life. Let's start by discussing how to find a trial. Fortunately, there are many ways to do that. Begin by asking your doctor if they're familiar with any trials that you may be a fit for. If they aren't aware of any, you can go online to find some great resources that can help. ClinicalTrials.gov and Janssen's Global Trial Finder are both large databases of clinical trials conducted around the world. Beyond that, you should keep a lookout for clinical trial ads on TV, radio, and social media. If there's a trial in your area, these are the best resources for finding out about it. Once you find a trial, there will be a bunch of pre-trial steps you'll need to take. Luckily, you can lean on the amazing trial staff to help. For instance, the trial staff will typically need to review at least some of your previous medical records before the trial can begin. They will work with you to obtain those from your doctors. You will then go through a process known as informed consent. This is when the trial staff will go over all trial details so you are clear on what your commitment would involve. That's when you will learn things like trial duration, the schedule of trial visits, any procedures you may need to have performed during the trial, any potential risks associated with the trial, and any dietary adjustments you may need to make. The goal at this stage is to make sure you have a firm grasp on your responsibilities and that you don't feel overwhelmed by any of the information. As a result, the trial staff will always be available to answer any questions or concerns you may have. After that review is complete, if you are comfortable moving forward, you will be asked to sign an informed consent form to officially move on to the next step of trial participation. While each trial has its own unique requirements, there are certain aspects of the experience that are fairly consistent. You will always have appointments to attend, though they could be at a clinic, at home, or even on the phone. You will very likely need to take part in certain basic medical assessments, which could include things like blood tests, urine tests, and electrocardiograms. Clinical trials will almost always be broken up into certain phases. You will receive an investigational medication or placebo during the treatment phase, and when that ends, you will need to regularly check in with the trial staff during the follow-up phase. Speaking of staying in touch with the staff, most trials will also require you keep some sort of diary or log to monitor your condition throughout your participation. Finally, and perhaps the most important trial consistency, you will always be able to leave a trial at any time for any reason. While it's true that there's a lot to know about the clinical trial experience, thanks to the dedicated trial staff, you will be prepared and supported every step of the way throughout your journey.